Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Ranking the Albums. Today, we got a real short and sweet one from a band that probably there's going to be a lot of folks here who have never heard of these guys. And quite frankly, up until a couple years ago, I never heard of them either. But a very cool discovery. I love these these bands that never really got any notoriety and just kind of appeared, released an album or two or three, and then disappeared forever. And then you discover them 30, 40, 50 years later, and you're like, holy cow, how did this band not make it big? How did this band kind of escape my knowledge, right? And this is the case for one of them. So this is a band that originated in my neck of the woods in Poughkeepsie, New York, back in the early 70s. I'm talking about Bullangus. That's right, Bullangus, like strong like bull, Angus, like Angus beef, right? So apparently they got their name because I think one of the members or something like that, or they rehearsed in an old farm somewhere in Dutchess County in New York, and it was a bull farm and whatever, so they decided to call themselves Bullangus. Anyway, they've got 2 albums, all right? We're going to rank them both here today. It's going to be a pretty short and sweet episode. This is more about just talking about this cool band, and hopefully you go check them out, right? So they've got 2 albums, Self-Titled and Free For All. And they were actually released in 1971, 1972. They were signed to a major label, all right, which was Mercury Records. But, neither album really did a lot of business for them, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. So we're going to go with my number 2 of their releases, right, which is Free For All. Okay, nothing to do with the Ted Nugent album of the same name, which came a few years later. Okay, going to show this off a little bit here. And let's pop the disc out so you can see more pictures of the guys. There we have it. So, fellow New Yorkers, Bullangus. Best way I can describe them is early, very solid early 70s bluesy hard rock, especially on the first album. They mix things up a little bit here. On the second album, you got a little bit of kind of like Deep Purple, Uriah Heep hard rock, a little Jeff Becky, Jeff Beck group type of blues rock, a little bit of Traffic, right? You got Gino Charles on drums and percussion, Larry LaFalce on guitars and vocals, Dino Paolillo, hope I'm saying that right, Dino, on guitars and vocals. You got Frankie Previtt on vocals, recorder and percussion. And Frankie Previtt, actually, here's a weird little thing, actually wrote the song The Time of My Life from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Go figure, right? Ron Piccolo on organ, piano, and vocals, and Lenny Venditti on bass. So, pretty large-scale band, 6 members, right? This is still a pretty solid album. It's not as tremendous as the first album. The first album is definitely heavier, but you got the cool song Lone Stranger, which kicks things off. Most of these songs are fairly lengthy. City Boys, 6.5 minutes long. Love Until the End. This is you got some southern rock stuff going on in this album. This album is some might call it maybe a little more musical because they branch out into other different styles other than that, real much heavier bluesy rock and, a lot of biting guitar solos on the debut. But there's still some really cool stuff in here. Savoy Truffle, Driving Me Wild is great. You've got We're the Children of Our Dreams, which is a little prog going on there. And then Train Woman Lee is a nice track, good, crunchy blues rock. So I will say this is a fun, solid album. It's not quite as compelling as the debut, which is Bullangus, all right, self-titled. So there you have, there's the guys right there. And just kind of, there's the full cover. And then, of course, the inside. And I'm pretty sure the lineup was the same. So you got Gino Charles, Larry LaFalce, Dino, Frankie. Yeah, it's the same Ron and Lenny. Same lineup of the band. So, they were only in existence a couple of years. But this is like an undiscovered gem from this time period. Some really good tracks. You got the Heavy Rockin' Run Don't Stop. You got the Mother's Favorite Lover, which is great. Uncle Doogie's Fun Bus Ride is a great song, and it's really catchy. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Beck, Bogart, and a Piece. big time, except maybe with a little better vocals. That kind of real kind of crunchy, bluesy, groovy rock type of thing from that time period. Really good song. Time Like Ours is excellent. Miss Casey, I like quite a bit. Pot of Gold rocks. CY and No Cream for the Maid. There's some really nice extended guitar solos on this album. The riffs are really cool. Nice Hammond organ going on as well. Vocals are stellar. A lot of groove, a lot of good riffs, a lot of good solos, and the songs are really catchy and heavy. I would say if you can find both of them, get them. This is definitely the absolute keeper of the two, but they both go hand in hand. Like I said, this one is not quite as good, but it's still lots to recommend. But this is awesome. Really, really good. So there you have it. Quick little show on more of, it's not really important, the ranking, but more important to for those of you who have never heard Bull Angus, to go check them out. I believe you can stream both of their albums on YouTube here. So go check them out, see what you think, and you should be able to still get these. Like I said, I didn't get these that long ago, so it's only the last couple of years where I kind of discovered these guys, and well worth it. I listen to these quite a lot. So check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up, hopefully the next day or two, I just need to kind of digest all of it, is this bad boy right here. So I'm not going to tell you much more, so stay tuned for that. Going to do like a little unboxing and show it all off and talk about what you get in that. So see you guys tonight. Live show, The Monsters Den, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself, Chris Allo, and Rich Catino talking about more Animals Attack films that we love, right? So Animals Attack Part 2, as well as Ryan Scow from the Hudson Valley Squares and myself will be doing our favorite 10 albums from Manila Road. So that's also happening tonight as well. So lots going on here at the channel. Don't miss any of it. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.